Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. I hope you're having a great day today. It is Tuesday, February 23rd. It's the 23rd day of February. This month is going by really fast. I found a fun book today. It's called Swarm of Bees. And my bees were out flying yesterday. It's cool to see. Let's look at this book together. Swarm of Bees. Swarm of bees, swarm of bees. Oh no, you are so angry. What will you do? See all these dots? Those are like honeybees. Swarm of bees, swarm of bees. Will you sting the sailor? No. No, he's been on a ship for 9 months and is hurrying to hug his mother. Swarm of bees, swarm of bees. Will you sting the mother? No. Let's find out what happens. No, she's about to tell the bricklayer all about her new hairdo. Swarm of bees, swarm of bees. Will you sting the bricklayer? No, he's starting a new part of the wall. He is feeling very busy and very hungry. Swarm of bees, you are still feeling angry, but you can't sting anyone at the food truck. The chefs are chopping onions as quick as they can, and the customers are deciding what to drink with their lunches. Oh, see the food truck right there? Let's keep reading. You can't sting the cat. The cat is trying very carefully to hide in the grass. And cat, you can't pounce on the bird. It has a worm in its mouth. Everybody is busy, huh? Swarm of bees, swarm of bees. You can't sting the man in the second floor apartment watching television. See the man watching television? And you can't sting the neighbors. They are playing card games on the balcony, and the little cousin is about to win. But you are still angry. You can't sting the little cousin. She already hurt herself today when she stubbed her toe, and that's why she's wearing that bandage. Swarm of bees, are you going to sting the boy? He keeps throwing tomatoes. He threw one at the little cousin and stained her bandage. Oh, we see him throwing tomatoes. He threw one at the neighbor's window and made a mess. He threw 2 tomatoes at the cat and 3 tomatoes at the bird, who dropped the worm into a tomato on the ground. Wow, so let's pick out everything. We've got the cat right there and the tomatoes and the bird right there. And over here we got the worm. These are really cool pictures. The boy threw a bunch of tomatoes at the food truck. He shouldn't do that. Ooh, the food truck people aren't happy now. The boy threw tomatoes at the bricklayer, and he threw tomatoes at the mother's hairdo. And look, swarm of bees. So much going on. He threw a tomato at the sailor, and the sailor is chasing him. Look at this commotion right here. And over here we see the boy with the tomatoes. Let's find out what happens. Where did they go, swarm of bees? Where is everybody? Is the backyard in the backyard? Watch out for the laundry. In the alley? Watch out for the tow truck. Around the corner? We see the swarm of bees going everywhere. Look at that. Watch out for the beekeeper. See the beekeeper right there? Ooh, and look at the bees everywhere. Beekeeper, swarm of bees. Well, now you're not in a sack. It's a worm and cozy in there. And you're calmed down, and soon you'll be going home. It can feel good to be angry. Oh, see how everybody's angry at the he threw tomatoes at everybody? It says it can feel good to be angry, but let's turn the page and find out what happens. But it can feel better to stop. Yeah. Yeah, we don't want to throw tomatoes at people. And now, look at this commotion. There's so much going on with this book. And now, it's time to clean up all the tomatoes. Time to clean up. The end. That was an interesting book. That was called Swarm of Bees. Okay, I've got one other book for us to look at together. This is called The Box. This looks like a great book. Let's look at this. Oh, this is an older book. I'm going to show you the pictures on this. Christina Katerina liked things. Tin cups and old dresses, worn out ties and empty boxes. Any of those things, but mostly boxes. Hat boxes, bakery boxes with see-through lids, and shoe boxes. That's her right there. Best of all, she liked big boxes. So she was happy indeed one sleepy summer day when even her sometimes friend Fats Watson was out of town to see a delivery truck, a great tall box come off of it. It came on a refrigerator. Oh, how grand and new, Christina's mother said, looking at the refrigerator. It is. Oh, it really is, said Christina, looking at the box. So she's very interested in that refrigerator box right there. And she quickly claimed the box for her own and dragged it under the apple tree. To her mother, who was very neat and tidy, it seemed that boxes were for basements or trash barrels, not for front yards under the apple tree. But she decided it couldn't hurt, and it couldn't possibly hurt for one day or two to have the big box in the front yard there under the apple tree. Wow, look at the size of that refrigerator box. Let's find out what happens. That afternoon, Christina's father cut a window and door in the box, and Christina painted on turrets and a drawbridge and bolts for the door, and the box became a castle. Inside, she put sticks on the windows, 4 iron bars, and she brought in all of her cups and saucers and a lot of fig Newtons in case there was a battle and she couldn't get out. Oh, so she's turning the refrigerator box into a castle. How cool. For 2 days, she and her bears lived and played in her castle peacefully. Okay, so that's the inside right there. Until Watson came home. He sneaked into her castle while she was out to lunch and ate all of her fig Newtons. And she locked him in until he hollered, "I'm sorry," 15 times. When she finally let him out, Watson gave Christina's castle a kick and over it went, smack on its side. Oh, that's not very nice. Mother came and saw the fallen box. "I see that that's the end of the castle, Christina," she said with a smile, and started to haul it away. "But that's no castle," said Christina, hauling it back again. "That's my clubhouse." Yeah. Let's find out what happens. And it was for 3 long days, right there under the apple tree. Christina changed the window into a door and the door into a window. She put in 2 benches for members and a chair for the president. And she painted "Keep Out, Members Only," and "Danger to Enemies" on the outside. Wow, look how she's decorated it now. Let's find out what happens. and she let Watson join. Then they met in the clubhouse, which was very dark when the door was closed and very secret. And they spit on a nickel and swore to be friends forever. And they were. Until one day when Watson got angry at always being vice president, he climbed on the clubhouse roof and promised to sit there until Christina made him president. Only the roof caved in first, and Christina disbanded the club. When Mother saw the satin box, she brushed her hands together. Now she would have her nice, neat yard. Well, she said, that is the end of the clubhouse, and she tugged it towards the street. But that's not a clubhouse, said Christina, tugging it back again. That's my racing car, her moi, and I'm late for a race. Before speeding off, Christina put the top on the bottom, turned the window into a cockpit, and on the sides painted two magnificent curling silver horns, which she blasted at Watson every time she rounded around the apple tree. Oh, how silly. For 2 days, she raced around the yard and won every time. Until Watson said he'd take a look at the motor, that it didn't sound quite right. Oh no, let's find out what happens. When he cut off the nose to get at the motor, the car collapsed. Oh no. Christina's mother was relieved. Well, that is the end of the racing car, she said, and she pulled the cardboard towards the trash barrel. But that's no racing car, said Christina, pulling it back again. That's the floor of my summer mansion, and I'm going to have a ball. And she did, right there under the apple tree. She patted the box out flat and drew furniture on each flap, a stove and a refrigerator for the kitchen, a bed for the bedroom, and a grand piano and a violin for the living room. So there would be music for her ball. Oh, how fun. Then she and her bears and Watson dressed up in gowns and high heels, and they invited kings and queens and some presidents and one vice president to come, and everybody came, and they danced and danced until their feet hurt, and they had to take off their shoes. Even without shoes, Christina had a wonderful time. Until Watson decided the floor needed scrubbing. He sprayed it down with the garden hose and mopped it, and the floor puckered up and grew lumpy and finally fell apart. When Mother came out a little later and looked at her front yard, she shook her head and said, "Well, this is the end of your grand floor." "What floor?" asked Christina, who was running by. "Oh, you mean that old ragged box? Let's throw it away." Mother breathed a sigh. At last she could have her nice, neat yard. "But quick," Christina said. Oh no, let's find out what happens. But quick. Watson's mother got a washer and dryer today, and he's bringing 2 ships down now. I said my mother wouldn't mind a bit if we sailed them here in our front yard, right under our apple tree. Oh, so see, there's new boxes. How fun. Oh, and here we see them. They made them into ships. Well, that was a great book. That was called Christina Katerina and the Box. Well, I hope you have a great rest of the day, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye, friends.